For this presentation, I'll be talking about chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease is a term used to describe progressive lung diseases including emphysema, chronic bronchitis, and refractory asthma. This disease is characterized by increased breathlessness. COPD is a progressive and currently incurable disease, but with the right diagnosis and treatment, there are many things you can do to manage your COPD. How does COPD affect the lungs? When we breathe, air travels down the windpipe into the lungs, then into the smaller airways. At the end of these tubes, there are bunches of tiny elastic air sacs called alveoli, which expand when we breathe in and deflate when we breathe out. This is how the body transfers oxygen into the blood and releases carbon dioxide waste. The causes of COPD include smoking. When a cigarette burns, it creates more than 7,000 chemicals, many of which are harmful. The toxins in the cigarette smoke weaken your lungs' defense against infections, narrow air passages, and it causes swelling in the air tubes and destroy air sacs. About 85 to 90% of all COPD cases are caused by cigarette smoking. The par of smoking for COPD ranges from 51 to 70% depending on the diagnostic respiratory criteria used. COPD prevalence varied depending on the criteria used. For American Thoracic Society, it's 5.4%. For British Thoracic Society, it's 3.5%. For European Respiratory Society, it's 5%. And for Global Initiative for COPD, it's 5.4%. Air pollution is another cause of COPD. Outdoor air pollution is a mixture of hundreds of pollutants that originates from industry, traffic, heating, secondhand smoke, and other sources. In contrast, too many other risks, exposure to outdoor air pollution occurs during the entire lifespan. Strong evidence indicates that daily variation in exposure to outdoor air pollution correlates with acute exacerbation of COPD. The par of ambient fine particulate pollution to COPD is estimated at about 13.79%. Alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency is another cause of COPD. A small number of people have a rare form of COPD called alpha-1 deficiency-related emphysema. This form of COPD is caused by genetic inherited condition that affects the body's ability to produce a protein, alpha-1, that protects the lungs. Here are some public health programs that could help you quit smoking. There's a Quitline Services, which is a free telephone support service that can help people who want to stop smoking or using tobacco. Callers are routed to their state quit lines, which offer several types of quit information and services. Protection from secondhand smoking. Secondhand smoke exposure contributes to approximately 41,000 deaths among non-smoking adults and 400 deaths in infants each year. Whether you're at home, at work, and at public places, you are susceptible with secondhand smoke. CDC, OSHA, and federal agency came up with the conception on how to protect us. OSHA and federal agency has specifically regulated exactly where employees and others can smoke in public outdoor spaces. Smoking is prohibited in courtyards and within 25 feet of doorways and air intake ducts around the buildings under the jurisdiction, custody, or control of the federal government. Federal agency building managers are responsible for furnishing and installing suitable uniform signs in the building and in and around entrance doorways and air intake ducts that reads "No smoking except in the designated areas," "No smoking within 25 feet of the doorway," and "No smoking within 25 feet of air duct as appropriate." Protection from air pollution. While the exact wording may vary by municipality, most private commercial buildings regulations reflect some versions of the federal building requirements. Commercial buildings usually establish reasonable distance regulations and prevent smoking within 15 to 25 feet of doorways, operable windows, and intakes, vents of smoke-free buildings. The aim of this type of restriction is to prevent health hazard to non-smokers by limiting the amount of secondhand smoke from drifting back into the building. It also protects employees, customers, clients, and visitors who enter the building from having to pass through clouds of secondhand smoke. And these are the references. Thank you.